Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about helmets, quick draws, carabiners, and belaying devices. This is the basic equipment that you need just to go outdoor sports climbing or go indoor climbing. So if you're looking for advanced stuff, that's going to be later on in the future, but stay tuned for that. But if you're a beginner, you're just looking into getting some equipment, this is the perfect video for you. Stay tuned for that. Alright guys? Alright guys, the first thing we're going to be discussing is about helmets. There's all different kinds of helmets, but helmets are very simple. Just go get one and use it. Most of the times I see some people climbing without a helmet. That's fine too, it's your own freedom of choice, but I believe that wearing a helmet can save you from going to the hospital to get stitches and stuff. So let's talk about that, alright? I probably got the cheapest black diamond helmet that you can get. I think it was like 65, 70 bucks. I was at the REI the other day and you can buy some for like $60, 70 bucks. Suit yourself, get you one. But there's also, these are kind of like for men or unisex. And now they're starting to make one for ladies. We got this for my daughter, and in the back, you can see it has enough room for you to have a little ponytail. So I thought that was pretty cool feature that I seen. Another thing that I want to talk about is that there's different kind of, I noticed that Pexo has one that has some holes between the helmets over here, which I thought it was kind of smart because, you know, the helmets do get pretty hot. You know, you're doing multi-pitching or just standing at the crag and just hanging out. So it does get hot in there. So I thought that was a pretty good idea, but those are pretty more expensive. One thing I do suggest you is do not go to a crag with a bicycle helmet, okay? You might get laughed at, but most important thing, the bicycle helmets are not rated for climbing and take out of falls. It's more for sliding and just kind of preparing for impact. Rock climbing helmets is made out of different material, a lot harder, and it's rated for just hitting things. You can look up videos where people have wore some helmets and rocks fell on them and saved their lives basically. So I would suggest you using it, but it's up to you. If you want to use it, do it. If not, that's up to you. Alright guys, that's about all I got for helmets. Alright guys, next we're going to be talking about the quick draws. Quick draws, one thing that you need to know is that when you're out there starting to purchase your first set of quick draws, they usually come in a bundle of 6. And when you're out there on a crag rock climbing, typically there's more than 6 bolts that you have to clip onto. So just know that you're going to probably have to buy 2 sets of quick draws, which is probably 12, and 12 is going to be plain enough for you to have. Alright guys, one thing I want you guys to know, what I learned about the quick draws is that when I started buying quick draws, I was low on a budget, and when I was researching brake tests and all these different kind of things, I saw that the ones that I have right now was braking at 26 and 30 kilonewtons, so I was satisfied with that. So and those were maybe 60 bucks compared to 100 bucks. So I was really happy with that, with the price. So I purchased those because I wanted to get started right away. But now that I have used it, and I have used some of my friends have some black diamond ones, let me tell you guys about this. When I use mine, I feel secure and I feel good about it. But when I use my friends' quick draws, I feel super secure. I know that when I clip that on, it's gonna hold me and I feel confident. And you know, as a rock climber, as you're going out there rock climbing, confidence and feeling secure is the most important thing that's more valuable to you. So if you can get that if you can get that security feeling, and that gives you more confidence to become a better climber, right? So now that I have been using mine for 2-3 seasons, I'm gonna go out. Eventually gonna be looking out for maybe some Pexo or Black Diamond quick draws. But for now, I'm very satisfied with the ones I have because I know they're rated and I have failed many times on them and they've been working. But I know that the Black Diamonds and the Pexo and the other brands that they have, their material is very strong. The one I have is very flimsy, it's very flimsy. And my friend has some black diamonds, and man, when I hold them, I feel secure. And feeling secure is very important to me. So that's what I have for quick draws. Get whatever kind of quick draws you want, but just make sure you get two different sets, which comes up to 12. And if you have the money to it, get yourself some name brands. If you're on a low budget, you'll be okay with this. I got this one that's called Mad Rock. I think these were breaking at 30 kilonewtons. And I see some other people climbing with them, but they do the job, but they're not feeling secure as the other brands that I have used. So that's all I have for that. All right, guys. Moving on to carabiners. All right, there's all different kinds of carabiners, and I'm not gonna be getting into all different specifics about it. We're gonna talk about the 2-day basic carabiners that's out there. Right. One carabiners that we have is a non-locking carabiners. All right. Look like this. All right. Those, if you are just purchasing your first group of carabiners, you don't need that one right now. All right. You're gonna need about 6 carabiners of ones that's locking carabiners. All right. Locking carabiners are important. You're gonna need about 6 of them. You're gonna need for your safety devices. You're gonna need one for your belaying device. You're gonna need some for your anchors and stuff. So I think 6 is the perfect number to get started with, and that's what you should get. One thing I've done was that when I first, like I said, I was on a budget, and I went bought this aftermarket carabiners, and these were breaking it. I think past 30 kilonewtons, which I was still happy with. But after using them for a while, tell you the truth, I feel secure with these much as I love the black diamonds that I have. I trust these. Same as the black diamonds. The black diamonds doesn't give me any more secure, but they feel a little bit more tougher. Different material for sure. Another thing you should know: there's different kind of sizes of carabiners. There's like little carabiners, look like for kids. Do not ever get those. You might save you like $2 or $3 more a carabiner, but do not get those because those are for little kids. I feel I have smaller hand. And it feels small on me, so you should know about that. All right, guys. So get yourself 6 carabiners. I would suggest you getting some name brands because I'm gonna start backing up name brands because they back up other companies that support us to make sure, like UIAA, like Black Diamond, donate some money to them, and so they can do some tests. So we are secured, and fitness security is very important to us, right? So just go out there and get yourself like 6 regular locking carabiners. There's like all different carabiners, like D carabiners, and just get the basic round carabiners. All right. If you have money and you can afford it, get yourself one of these. These are belaying carabiners. What they typically do is they go on your harness, and it'll just keep. When you're belaying, you learn that your carabiner like flip. So I think these are $25. If you can afford it, get it. If not, it's not a big deal. You can use a regular carabiner. They work just as fine. I've just noticed that it's just a little bit more convenient to have, your belaying device kind of at a one anchor system. So that's what I have. Like I said, even the aftermarket ones and things, I still feel safe. I don't feel more safe when I'm one or the other, but I do back up name brands because they support other brands too. All right, that's it. That's all I got for carabiners for now. Last but not least, we're gonna talk about belaying devices. All right, guys. If you are just barely getting into climbing, let me suggest you this: get yourself a Grigri, and it's gonna Grigri is probably the best one that I have used so far. That I have feeling most secure about as a beginner's belaying device. There is this thing called the ATC. They work good too, but if you somehow let go of that brake hand, your climber's gonna fall right through, and there's nothing that's backing it up. Grigri, you let go of it, and it'll back you up every single time, and I trust Grigri more than anything else. But cost of the Grigri is a lot now. I'm going to say it again. When I first started buying these things, it was either $30 or $100. So I went and bought me an ATC, and I was confident with using these. But even after I started using these and I started taking new people out climbing and my daughter started climbing, I went and got me a Grigri because this secures me that it's going to hold somebody if they fall and something happens to me, or whoever's playing somebody. You know, this is a device that's gonna save somebody if anything does happen. ATCs they're perfectly fine to use. I use them when I go with my friends that's been climbing for a while, and we feel secure with those. But Gregory, if you're just getting out there sports climbing, get yourself a Gregory if you can afford it. If not, and you guys are looking to get an ATC, now there's a couple different kinds of ATCs, but we just talk about two different kinds, all right? They're gonna be a regular ATC that look like this, you know? And then there's another ATC called the Guide ATC. I believe they're like $8 to $10, a little bit more. If you can afford it, you know, get one with the Guide, because if you're interested in sports climbing, you're gonna get into interesting multi pitching, and having a Guide ATC will come in very handy when you start doing multi pitching. When I first bought my ATC, I did not buy it with the Guide, and I believe after one season I was like, oh, I need the one with the Guide, and had to spend $30 extra, you know, buying this one. So, you know, if I would have spent $10 when I first purchased it, I would have saved $20. So, you know, that's something to think about. But everybody's on a different budget, so you're gonna choose what you want to do. But most importantly, I trust the Gregory. All right, guys, if you can afford it, save for it, get it, because especially if you're a beginner's climber and you're learning to go outdoors, you should be going out there with the Gregory, because this will back you up. All right, guys. That's all I have for now. There's different kinds of belaying devices, but these are the two main ones that gets used. And I don't want to get you all confused, but I think these two are the best ones to get. Trust the Gregory. All right, guys. I think that's it. All right, guys. Have a good night.